Hi, I'm Larry London, and it's time for another great Border Crossings musical presentation. And on today's show, we welcome Lonnie Engel and Thomas Dutton, who are known as Cardiknox. On tour for their debut CD, Portrait, Cardiknox consider their sound to be a mix of 1980s and electro-pop. Their first two singles and videos placed much emphasis on dance, and so they say you can also add dance to their current groove. The videos were choreographed by one of Justin Timberlake's dancers, and the new CD Portrait was produced by Grammy winner John Shanks. MTV, VH1, Glamour, and Vogue have all been singing their praises. Cardiknox performed this year at the Bonnaroo Festival and in Europe at the Reading and Leeds festivals, and have toured with Carly Rae Jepsen. Lonnie and Thomas are in our studios as Cardiknox join us today on Border Crossings. Hi, this is Border Crossings. I'm Larry London. Welcome to our program today. In our studios, we have Lonnie and Thomas. They're on the road right now promoting their debut album, which is called Portrait. And we would like to welcome to the Voice of America and to D.C. Cardiknox. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yes. That sounded good.
Is that close
Cardiknox.
Cardiknox.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come up with that name? That's a very interesting name for
It's a play on a family name, which is Cardinaux, which is French, Cardinaux. Mm-hmm. But the American kids would often pronounce the silent X at the end, Cardiknox. And we just thought it sounded cool. So we took it. We poached it.
And Lonnie and Thomas was taken? Or
We actually did consider Thomas and Lonnie for a second, but it felt like a folk act,
right.
Which we are not. Might be confusing because although we are playing acoustic today, but generally speaking, we are not.
So how did you guys get together and meet and decide to do a group?
So I was in another band before this, like more of a rock band, and we actually made this album that was kind of it sounded like a musical. It was almost like a rock opera a bit, and it was released, we toured on it and everything, and I was really interested in actually adapting it into a staged musical. And Lonnie's background is theater, like that's what she went to school for and everything. And we had met briefly, and so we were sort of put back in touch, and we started working on adapting this album into a musical. We're both from Seattle, so we were in Seattle at the time. That actually took us to New York. A theater in New York was interested in it, so we moved to New York to continue developing it. We ended up doing a full reading and a performance at this cabaret space off Broadway with all these performers and everything. It was great, but we were like really burnt out on working on it, so we decided to just totally switch gears. And while we had been working on it, we had kind of been messing around with pop songs, so that's when Cardiknox really started. We just started writing songs and working on that.
And so now the debut album's out.
Yeah.
And you just started the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Today.
Yeah, today.
The first show.
It hasn't even started. This is the kickoff.
It's starting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It is.
Is this the first headline tour for you guys, or have you been doing this a long time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We've done like a headline show, in LA or New York or Seattle, but this is the first, headline tour for us. So
now, one thing I noticed on your website, you reinvent yourself a lot. I mean, the video, you have your hair in a bun, and
Double buns.
Today it looks gorgeous.
Thank
I've
you.
seen some other photos, and green hair. You have a thing for green, because there's several green photos, green hair.
I think you're thinking of Phoebe Ryan, who's touring.
Oh, that
with
wasn't
us.
you?
That wasn't me. I haven't done green yet.
All right, I've got some spray paint.
Can we go?
Let's
Can we do
it.
that?
Why not?
Okay, sounds
But
good.
you look gorgeous anyway in the video,
Thank you.
which I understand is getting a lot of attention, and Nylon's very high on you guys, and Vogue has been very high on you guys, and so the video is it's your first video, so it's putting a message out about who you are and what you do, and there's dancing going on. So is that the message you want people to take away from Cardiknox?
The performance element was definitely something that we wanted it to incorporate, and we wanted it to feel raw and candid, which is why we went with a one-shot, no edits, full-on take. We wanted it to feel transformative. So the message of the song is, I'm on my way, I'm not going to stop. And we wanted it to feel that way, that I had started somewhere and I was moving through something physically in this case, through this bar, and eventually bursting out onto the streets of Los Angeles and dancing in front of whoever happened to be there. And those weren't extras. When we filmed it, it really was whoever was on the street at that time. So that was the message. We wanted it to feel empowering. We wanted you to feel the sense.
We wanted you to feel like you could go and dance on the street in front of strangers and not feel,
not
embarrassed.
Inhibited.
Yeah, not be arrested.
now you did it in one take.
Yeah.
We did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we
Thank
did
you.
10 total takes, and we ended up using the 9th one.
Yeah.
from the lot.
It was a lot of rehearsal because we aren't dancers. We aren't trained dancers, but we worked with a friend who is an amazing dancer, and she spent a month and a half with us. So it was a lot of rehearsal.
The people that we would get on the street were different each time, and so that was really what ended up being the deciding factor, because we sort of did the same thing each time, but there'd be different people walking by or giving weird looks, or like a lot of people actually were very afraid of the whole thing. Like they would see the camera coming, and they would like run across the street or try and duck and run away and stuff. So but yeah, it was a fun video. And actually, we just shot another video that's not quite out yet, but it
premieres tomorrow.
We continued like the dancing theme a little bit in that as well. So
you may get yourself locked into a thing if you continue dancing. You're going to be the dancing group, if that's okay, if that's what you want. I mean, some groups, if that's the style you're going for, because I read that your music is largely 80s influence. Right. At least, I don't know if this first album is.
Yeah,
it may not be what you choose to do in the future, but for this particular project. So we're going to ask you to do a song, if you wouldn't mind singing something for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll start with Wild Child.
Okay.
And well, this is normally a frenetic, upbeat song. We've stripped it back, and it's a bit chiller.
We get an exclusive.
You do.
Yeah. All right. Cardiknox here on The Voice of America.
If you wanna be tongue-tied, you better know where I hide. Under the bleachers with pleasure seekers, I got your baby blue eyes wide. Don't tell me what to do. Go row your own canoe. Well, like a drummer boy, I rat-tat-tat through all your feedback. I'm at the laundromat singing full blast. Never growing up, 'cause I do what I feel like. Never growing up, I'll be young till the day I die. I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child. The taxis never stop. I guess we'll have to walk. I'm always acting up when the sun's down. They got me screaming out, I'm screaming out. Never growing up, 'cause I do what I feel like. Never growing up, I'll be young till the day I die. I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child. Ever since I was a kid, I've been getting in trouble.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been getting my hustle on.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been getting in trouble.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been getting my hustle on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on.
Never growing up, 'cause I do what I feel like.
And on and on and on and on.
Never growing up, I'll be young till the day I die.
On and on.
I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child. I guess I'm just a wild child.
Sounding great. Woo!
thank you.
Thank
Cardiknox,
you.
live here on The Voice of America. You sound a lot like Gwen Stefani. There's a little Gwen Stefani in your voice.
That was the kindest thing you could have said to me.
Well,
thank you.
Have you Have you professionally been trained, or I mean, where'd you get that powerful voice?
Oh, I'm working now with vocal coaches, but no, I just kind of started singing. He encouraged me to. I didn't think if you'd asked me 4 years ago if I was going to be in a band, I would never have thought.
When we first started recording, she was, like I said, her background is theater, and so she had more of a theatrical, using her head voice more.
Different,
and
totally different voice.
Something like happened randomly where like that powerful voice kind of came out for a moment. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Go back to that again, and there was something really special there, and yeah, so.
So acting, is that something you also want to do, or have you given that up, the theater?
I studied directing, and I love directing, and I think that in a way we still.
But you did acting before that.
I did do acting before that, and yeah, eventually I'd like to go back to that, in some ways, shape or form. But for now, this is taking up the time. This is taken up all the time. Yeah.
Now you made the transition from a rock band, and this is not what you'd call rock.
No, not at all.
now. I mean, was that an easy transition? Did you struggle with it? Are you still struggling with it?
Yeah, no, it was easy for me in that this is the kind of music that I love now, and this is the music that I'm inspired to make, and so it's not like I'm shunning the thing that really makes me happy. Like, it was a natural progression for me to be making rock music when I was younger, and just my tastes changed like as they do, and yeah, this is the kind of music now that moves me. So,
and in the writing process, who does the writing, or is this a collaboration, the whole thing?
Very much a collaboration. Yeah, it kind of varies from song to song, but I'd say that it's one of us brings like an idea to the table, a golden nugget, whatever the chorus is going to be. Thomas normally is building the chords out on an acoustic guitar. We start like this. Thomas does a lot of the production. I work on top line, and then we collaborate on the lyrics quite a bit. So it's definitely the two of our stories are told through most of our songs.
And what is the message on Portrait? Is there a particular theme, or are there messages in the that you tried to make consistent throughout the album?
When we were recording it, we didn't ever sit down and say, like, let's make a consistent message like you're talking about. But since we've actually had to talk about the album after it's been out, we really have realized that there is a very consistent message, and that is, determination and perseverance and overcoming, sort of the obstacles in your way. And in a way, it's kind of a reflection of where we were when we were writing the album.
But like Thomas said, it was almost that we were writing for ourselves. We were giving ourselves the encouragement that we needed to keep going and to make this happen. And during the writing process, we actually got signed to our record label. So it was this evolution, and they basically said, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to be hands off. And the album, definitely has that kind of hopeful, persevering sense to it.
And it's kind of amazing to be kind of relatively new in the business the way it is today, to have a major label behind you like you do at Warner. I mean, that's a big label, and here you are with your very first project. So, and you said obstacles. What kind of obstacles would give me an example of an obstacle that Cardiknox would
Well,
have
before we
faced?
signed to Warner Brothers, we had been actually talking with another major label, and things seemed like they were going well and everything, and it seemed like it was kind of just a matter of figuring out numbers and that kind of a thing. And, we were sort of led to believe that anyway. And lo and behold, one day we got an email from our manager or a call, and he said, it's not going to work out with them, kind of thing. And so for us, that was like, oh no, like our world was falling apart. And the producer we had been working with said, like, don't worry. We have the songs, like, we're just going to keep going, and like they will come. Don't worry about that at all.
Actually, it was the morning after we had gotten the phone call from our manager that the deal had fallen apart, and Thomas came to me and he played the chorus of Earthquake, which is now the opener of our debut album Portrait. And it was all these lyrical ideas that we'd been trying to tie together, but we hadn't been able to, and suddenly it clicked. And we wrote that song, Earthquake, that day in New York City. And ultimately, that's the song that when we played it for the president of Warner Brothers, he said, that's a hit, and got us signed. So you never know where inspiration's
That's right.
going to
It
strike.
comes from strange places.
It does, yeah. So
But it's working out for you. You guys are, right now the buzz is very, very positive, and you're working with a Grammy-winning producer, I guess,
Yes.
on the debut album.
John Shanks, he's phenomenal. And we met him, like I said before, we started working with Warner Brothers. We did a writing session with him, so we went in for 2 days. It's kind of like a blind date. You don't know what you're going to get. We loved working with him. We wrote a song. He said, why don't you guys come back tomorrow. Let's do this again. We wrote another song, and that turned, into 2 weeks, turned into 2 months, 6 months. We spent 6 months. He committed to the album, and we spent 6 months writing and recording out of the Henson recording studios in Los Angeles, which are these iconic studios. So here we are, this young band writing and recording, and across the hall is Coldplay and Justin Bieber and Slayer, and Thomas and I were just like, wow, this is so cool. This is so cool. Yeah.
6 months is kind of a short amount of time to make an album.
Yeah, I mean, we had written a handful of songs before we met John and started working with him, so we came in with a few that we continued to hone with him. But for the most part, yeah, we wrote everything from scratch with him and recorded everything. And yeah, we were in there every day for 6 months. So
in a little black box for long days.
Lots of pizza.
Yeah.
Lots of pizza and Chinese food.
Chinese food, pizza. All right, we're going to ask if you do another song.
Yes.
Which one are you going to do now?
We'll play On My Way.
All right, you're going to dance?
I am.
All right, good.
You
good.
can dance with me, right?
I don't think so.
To the sea, I have been so lost. Time has caught up to me. I wanna glow from chemicals. My tongue still misses the taste. I'm gonna face all of my mistakes. This time I'm on my way. I'm seeing things so differently. I'm learning that I'm not where I want to be. But trust me, I'm on my way. On my way. And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Driving through the night with a tank all empty. I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. This road will take me, staring at the stars like I'm miles ahead. See the fire burning, but I'm not there yet. And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Nothing's gonna get in the way. Hey, lights blew through the glass. I'm on my last chance out of town. Tied up in knots, the engine stops, I'm coming down. I'm seeing things so differently. I'm learning that I'm not where I want to be. But trust me, I'm on my way. On my way. And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Driving through the night with a tank all empty. I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Don't know where I'm going, but this road will take me. Staring at the stars and I got miles ahead. See the fire burning, but I'm not there yet. And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Nothing's gonna get in the way. Hey.
I'm seeing things so differently. I'm learning that I'm not where I want to be. But trust me, I've been stuck inside of me. But now I know who holds the key. So turn the locks, I'm breaking free. I'm on my way.
And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Driving through the night with a tank all empty. I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Don't know where I'm going, but this road will take me. Staring burning, but I'm not there yet. And I'm not gonna stop, gonna stop, gonna stop. Nothing's gonna get in the way. Hey, yeah. Nothing's gonna get in the way. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
It's Cardiknox and Thomas and Lonnie. Lonnie and Thomas. They're here live in our studios for the new album Portrait. And you're on the road. It's the Boys and Poison tour.
Yeah, so we're out with Phoebe Ryan, the other artist on the tour, and that's one of her songs. It's called Boys and Poison.
Boys
Tour,
and Poison.
So, yeah.
Boys and Poison.
We've got to have an On My Way
Yeah, I know.
tour. That's the next one coming up. Now, the tour does. You go to the Troubadour. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be
Yeah.
huge in
That'll be
L.A.
great,
Anybody
yeah.
from L.A. knows the Troubadour. That's
Yeah.
one of the
It's an
premier clubs there.
institution.
And
Yeah.
you'll finish at home, I guess, in Seattle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be fun. Yeah,
And
the
all the
Capitol Hill
friends
block
and
party. So
family and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're doing festivals, too, this summer.
Yeah, so we just did Bonnaroo in Tennessee, which was awesome. And then
Hot.
Yeah, it was very dusty and
Very
hot.
hot. But it was awesome.
And then this tour ends in Seattle at the Capitol Hill Block Party, which is kind of like their a mini festival they do up there. So that should be good too.
And we're reaching an international audience right now in 60 countries around the world. So any possibility of a world tour for Cardiknox?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, we
Yeah.
went to Europe last August, was it?
Yeah.
And so we're really trying to get back there this year. The Brexit has made it a little tricky, actually, but
But this isn't a show about politics.
Breaking news.
but yeah, we loved it so much that we got to go to the UK, but then also we went to Belgium and
France.
Paris, and yeah, so we're really hoping to get back over
Was
there.
that your first time going to Europe and performing?
Playing Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time playing Europe, and it was. I mean, these crowds, these festivals were amazing. We played Reading and Leeds in England, and we were told that people come out and they really go hard. But when we were playing Reading, I mean, it was a daytime set, and we had
Our album wasn't out yet, so nobody knows these
none of the
songs.
music was available, but there was a full-on mosh pit that broke out in the middle of our set, and this is pop music.
Did you jump in?
Well, I didn't, but there were crowd
Surfing, body surfing?
people dressed as Power
Power
Rangers.
Ranger, yeah.
Power Rangers. Wow.
Yeah. So all
Well,
sorts of adventures.
If people want to find out where you're playing, if let's say you do add some international
Yeah.
dates and you're going back to Europe and people want to see you again or see you for the first time, where would they go? How do they find you guys
It's
our
on our
website.
website, yeah, cardiknox.com, and on our Facebook and all that kind of stuff
all
as well.
those
So.
social interwebs.
It's
Yeah.
a very exciting time. I mean, right now, debut album
Yeah.
on tour.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a musician's dream.
It is. It really is. Yeah, and we just like I said, we just flew out last night, late. We were in New York,
Yeah, we flew to New York and got to
see some friends.
see some friends quickly. And,
And we'll start tonight here in DC and make our way back west.
and we actually do, is it 6 or 7 shows in a row starting tonight? So,
Wow.
yeah.
What's been the highlight so far? Besides this interview, besides today,
Right
what's
now,
been,
this
now besides
is-
this, dancing on the streets in LA? What's been the highlight? For you?
Oh, wow.
You know, we played a festival in Seattle called Sasquatch Festival, and it takes place at this outdoor venue. It's not quite Seattle; it's sort of central Washington, called the Gorge, and it's like this big
The Gorge
natural.
in George.
The Gorge in
Washington.
George.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's this big natural amphitheater, like kind of right on the edge of this bluff overlooking this river, and it's just like the most idyllic venue. And since we grew up in Seattle, we grew up going to big shows there and festivals there, and so we got to play at the Sasquatch Festival, and we kind of played like Friday night, and it's like people were kind of just really getting
slot.
there, like really excited and everything, and
Sun's
it was
going
just
down.
yeah, the sunset was behind
It was
us. and
magic.
It was very
That was a
magical
magic
moment for
show.
us,
Yeah, and we had family and friends there.
that was a bucket list kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you've also worked with Carly Rae Jepsen and
Yeah.
other folks
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So we were just on tour with Carly a month and a half ago. We were out with her for a month and a half, and we actually played with her as well in Las Vegas for 3 nights at the Venetian Hotel over New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
So that's
a wild time.
It was
Yeah.
wild. That was, yeah, Las Vegas, New Year's Eve, and she's become a dear friend. So we had so much fun on tour with her and her whole crew. Like everyone around her is just wonderful people, and they put on an amazing show. So that was a killer tour.
And so,
Yeah.
the next single after the current single, what's it going to be? Do you know? Have you talked about it?
Wild Child is really the so it's
just
really
put
the
that
song.
out.
It's out, and we just shot the music video, and we're really excited to get it out there. And so, yeah, Wild Child.
Did you work with Justin Timberlake's dance crew?
We
on
did.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
again?
Yeah. So yeah, this
See, I got some insight.
Yeah.
You do.
See, I did
Very-
some homework.
You did. Impressive.
So yeah, it's this good friend of ours named Natalie Gilmore, who I personally have known since like middle school. Like we both grew up together in Seattle, and she has become a professional dancer, lives in LA, and so we had been looking for opportunities to work with her, and so she choreographed the On My Way video, and so we were able to bring her back for the Wild Child video, and so she got these.
She literally was on tour with Justin Timberlake for years, and she just danced with Britney Spears at the Billboard Awards. And she went from rehearsal with Britney one day to rehearsal with us,
Yeah.
which had me howling with laughter because we are not dancers, but it felt pretty cool.
Well, you look like a dancer.
Oh,
I mean, you pulled it
thank
off very well.
Thank you.
Very, very
Thank
nicely.
you. But yes, we brought her in for this video, and she choreographed a number where actually there are 4 dancers with snare drums, marching snare drums. So it's a fun sequence.
Now, why did you pick Portrait for the name of the debut? It's obviously a song on the album.
Actually, it isn't.
It isn't a song. on
There
the album.
isn't a song named
So why
Portrait.
Portrait then?
I
So
think
the artwork I think is part of it. I mean, so the artwork is this picture of Lonnie's face that's all layers are peeling away, and it was done by this this great street artist named Tristan Eaton, who we're huge fans of, and so the producer John Shanks is a big art collector, street art collector especially, and so when we were in the studio, it was a lot of like showing each other, oh, check out this cool artist and that kind of thing, and he had never seen Tristan Eaton's work, and we had seen one of his most famous works is in New York, and we had seen it when we lived there, and so I was showing him that piece, and he said something like, "Oh, that'd be a cool album cover," because he does his iconic stuff is just
female
portraits and stuff, and so we were like, "Yeah, it seems like a total long shot." And so, but sure enough, we like made a few calls and got in touch with his people, and he came into the studio like a few
freaking
weeks
out.
later and got to hang out with him, and he
we
was
were like,
super
we're
cool.
such huge fans.
So he did the artwork, and he took all these lyrical themes and built them into the artwork with these little like Easter eggs almost that once you dive in, you can kind of start to figure out what goes where and that kind of thing. So when we were thinking about album titles, it just felt like, well, the cover is a portrait, and it's
The songs are a portrait.
yeah, the
very
portrait
much
and
of
everything.
Us.
So it just felt like the obvious answer. Like everything was just saying this needs to be called Portrait.
Well, I
when you-
love the album.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys sound great. You're off to a great start.
Thank you.
And all the support you're getting from everybody in the media has been fabulous for you guys.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
So congratulations to you.
you.
We're going to ask if you do another song.
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Yes.
What's this one called?
This one's called Into the Night. So we usually close our shows with this one. So it's
What's the story behind it?
So we actually wrote this song with 2 other writers, and they kind of quickly came up with like the music and the beat, and we just like sort of put it on a loop, and we were just all sitting there kind of thinking of melody ideas and like what is this song about, and it just really felt like the kind of song that like would be
At the end.
rolling at the credits of like a John Hughes movie when like the character is kind of like walking off into this next chapter of his life or whatever, and so
Or her life.
yeah, exactly. And so the song, we tried to capture that with, the main line in the chorus is like, I turn my phone to silent and I catch a train and ride it into the night. And so it's like, you're saying, oops, sorry about
Flying
that.
water
That's
bottles.
okay.
Flying water bottles.
You're saying,
Passion.
you're moving on and you're going to this next chapter but you're okay with it and you're happy and you feel empowered. So that's what the song's about.
All right, here we are. Cardiknox on Border Crossings.
There were days where all I thought about was how you chewed me up and spit me out. When I felt your shifting shoulder blades, in the dark I laid there wide awake, and I'm thinking that, baby, I remember everything that you forgot to say to me, left me feeling blue. And I'm thinking that maybe I was searching for a little something that could save me, but it wasn't you. So watch me go, I turn my phone to silent, I catch a train and ride it
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
I'm flying like a nighthawk, I dance along the sidewalk.
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
My feet move forward through the black, Memories, they try to pull me back. But 2 years of standing in the rain. Now I am free to break the chains. I'm thinking that, baby, I remember everything that you forgot to say to me. Left me feeling blue. So watch me go. I turn my phone to silent. I catch a train and ride it
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
I'm flying like a nighthawk. I dance along the sidewalk.
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
I've never felt so alive. I'm running into the night. I've never felt so alive. I'm running into the night. I remember everything that you forgot to say to me, say to me. Left me feeling blue, baby. I was searching for a little something that could save me. But boy, it wasn't you, so watch me go. I turn my phone silent. I catch a train and ride it.
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
I'm flying like a nighthawk. I dance along the sidewalk.
Into the night, into the night, into the night I go.
I've never felt so alive. I'm running into the night. I've never felt so alive. I'm running into the night.
Into the night, into the night, into the night, into the night.
Cardiknox here on Border Crossings, and I love your nails. You see those, Nate? They're sparkling. They're gold. That's a sign of things to come.
Love that I have a call out for the nails.
The album is going gold. The nails are gold.
Platinum, baby.
right.
They're platinum all the way. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Once again, if people want to find the album, they want to find where you're performing, the website.
Yeah.
Cardiknox.com, and on social media, where Cardiknox is just the name for everything, for Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff.
All right,
Just
Lonnie,
Cardiknox.
Thomas, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
the opportunity to have you in our studios. Come back again.
We'd love to.
Love to see you. Cardiknox is the name of the band. Portrait is the name of the album. I'm Larry London, and this is Border Crossings.